It's all good because you're already on. They can already see Leah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, perfect it is. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Local BizCast. I am Dr. Pete. This is my guest, Heidy Nolasco. But we're hold on one second, though. I got to do the business first because then we're going to get into the deep. We got to talk about the Local BizCast. We got to grow the Local BizCast.
Okay.
You're going to help me grow the Local BizCast,
100%.
all your people, right?
Yes.
So we are really in the growth stage here, talking about like a true businessman, right? We got you start up, and then you got growth, and then you got to scale it, and then we're going to close and exit on it.
Okay.
That's the game plan, right? So, but we are in hardcore growth, ladies and gentlemen, and it need your help. I need your help to help me grow the station. So please, anywhere you can find a Local BizCast, that is YouTube, and that is Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can go to The Dr. Pete, wherever you want to go, but you find the Local BizCast. Go hit those like and subscribe buttons. That's only going to help me grow the channel. So, all right, I'm done. That's it.
Perfect.
Wait, hold on a second. Got a question. What if people want to get on the Local BizCast? Do you remember how you got on the Local BizCast? I do.
I asked you. I wanted to be in your.
Yeah, where were we?
We were at a football
That's
dinner.
it. That's it. We were at the football thing. That's exactly right. But not everybody's going to run into me at the football dinner, and I completely understand that. But there absolutely is so much room for us to get everybody onto the Local BizCast, and I can't wait to do more of these. So if you're interested in getting on the Local BizCast, you can find me at any one of those Local BizCasts. You can message me there. You can find me at the Spine and Health Center, at the Dr. Pete on Instagram and TikTok. You could email me if you want, drpete@shcnj.com. That's where you come and find me, but that is it. I'm done. That was way too much time I wasted at that.
No,
Don't you think?
No,
because everybody's sitting here like, who's Heidy? I want to know. What does she do? What is she up to? And all they're hearing is my loud, stupid voice, and it's horrible. Ladies and gentlemen, Heidy Nolasco. Wait, is it CMG?
CMG Home Loans.
Bring that in a little bit so everybody can hear you.
Yeah.
There you go. You're good.
Yes, CMG Home Loans. And, I've been doing mortgages now for about 26 years.
She's a rookie. She has no idea what she's doing. Look at her. 26 years. Get out of here. What are you doing this since you were 4?
So I literally started while I was in college. I started as a mortgage processor. So I used to work during the day and go to school at night.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I love that story. We're going to get back into that story because I always want to know the path. I want to know the journey, but tell us a little bit more about CMG and home loans and what exactly it is that you do.
So CMG, it's a mortgage lender, and we do a little bit of everything. We really have over 900 products. You
guys don't offer anything.
Yeah. So we do like your normal conventional FHA jumbo loans, but we also have a few of unique products, right, that make us stand out.
You want to just dive right into the deep end, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right, go right ahead. Take the mic, girl. You're driving. I'm your co-pilot over here. Go ahead.
So HomeFunded, right? If you have any kids, 18 years or over, so they got to be adults. HomeFunded works very similar, like GoFundMe page. CMG will set up a HomeFunded account for you, and you can use that for gifts. So if it's college gifts, high school gifts, it could be deposited into this account. And if people got engaged, it could be deposited, or their gifts they can request. Like that's now all the newly brides.
That is what a brilliant idea.
Home, so we can set up
a good idea.
A home funded page, and they can raise funds. All their gifts can be gifted through a credit card. Or
how many spatulas do you need? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Seriously, yeah.
I'm like, I don't need another coffee maker. I mean, come on. Funding the home.
Yeah. So,
Amazing.
And there's no maximum amount people can gift you. They really can gift you anywhere from $10 to whatever they please to gift you. So that is a way to be able to come up with, down payment to buy a house. So, for all the youngs, but you don't even have to be young. If you just want to be able to put money aside, and you can go to your friends, family members, and ask for gifts, they can be deposited into that account. And it can be used whenever you're ready for the home. So, that's one of the key things we do. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the all-in-one.
All-in-one. AIO.
AIO.
We have something like that in
Yes.
chiropractic, by the way. I don't know if Dr. Gino ever told you that,
No,
but there's
he did
AIO. It's all right.
I'm going
Let's
to have to go home and ask.
Yeah, there you go.
So AIO pretty much is a mortgage, a line of credit, and a savings account all in one. So, you combine those. It's open for you to utilize, for 30 years. A lot of the home equity lines of credit, you get them. You can only use them for about 5-10 years to draw. Then you're in repayment period. This specific account, it does not expire. So you
Good
can
for
use
30.
it good for 30 years. So you have access to the line. You if you pay it off, you're paying no interest. Your kids are going to college. You need some money.
Borrow it again.
You borrow again. You want to buy a second home. You can borrow from it again as you please for all 30 years. So, that
you
seems to be a
guys.
very, very good
Look
product.
at
people
you
love.
guys. Very fancy. You don't hear this stuff a lot, That's amazing.
Yep. And the other thing we're unique about it, we do construction loans. So whether you're looking to build your home or you're looking to sell that house, we can provide mortgage, for developers, the consumer itself, whether you're looking to also build your building, that it's another thing we can help, So those are the unique things that I think you guys should know about.
Well, you just nailed it. I mean, we're done here now. I'll see you guys next week. Are you kidding me? That's so cool. Now, you're strictly residential as home, or do you do commercial?
I do both. You
do it all?
Yeah, residential and commercial. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. I need to go back. You said you're doing this in college.
Yes.
I mean, how did you get into this in college?
So I met my girlfriend in college, so when I was in high school, I actually did a double program where I was in high school, but I was studying also at the same time to be a medical assistant.
Okay.
So I used to work in a doctor's office when I was in high school.
So hold on. Where were you in high? We talked about this a little bit, guys, before on here because we kind of know each other a little bit. So where did you go to high school?
North Bergen High School.
You were in North Bergen, 85th
Yes.
over there?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, so I did that program. So straight, I always worked at the doctor's office, but I wanted to go to college. So when I went to college, I met one of my classmates, and we just sort of got closer, and she told me how much money she was making as a mortgage processor. And then I figured, well, I just finished this school, but it's not quite what you're making. And I said, well, how do I get into your business? And she said, well, they're opening an office in the city and they're actually looking for a processor and they're willing to train somebody. So why don't you come meet them? So, so I did. And
little North Bergen, Jersey girl gets recruited into the city day one.
I went for the interview and, he hired me on the spot.
On the spot.
And, the rest is history.
No, it's not. It's not history. There's so much more. Are you kidding me? You think my audience just wants to hear that? Absolutely not. So you get into this mortgage processing business, and can you name the company? Are they still around?
No, they're not around, but I was working for Morgan Funding.
Okay.
They had a Jersey City office, and then they had a...
Did you get back into Jersey? Or
I did eventually.
Okay.
Eventually I did, but I left that company. So I moved. I went into basic funding. Still not in they're not in business anymore either. And that was West Patterson. Then I went into wholesale mortgages.
You're supposed to. You're looking at me like I know what language you're speaking right now. Like I know the difference between whatever you just said, wholesale mortgages and stuff like that. So what does that even mean?
Wholesale mortgages. I'm not selling mortgages to the consumer.
Right.
Like you.
You're selling packages of mortgages to somebody like J.P. Morgan pretty much buys every one of my J.P. Morgan Chase has bought every one of my mortgages always.
Yeah.
And so you package those up.
Pretty much, I go to brokers.
Yeah.
I used to go to brokers' offices and say, use my bank.
Uh-huh.
So I will deal with the broker themselves and not the customer themselves.
Got it.
So
and then I get a letter stating, hey, your mortgage has been bought.
There you go.
All right.
Now we sold it to Chase.
I think they're probably still buying all of them, perhaps. But all right. So how many years of wholesale mortgages?
Wholesale mortgages I did for about 6 years.
Okay.
But then, 1990. 2004. I did wholesale. Then 2009 was the whole
crash.
The
Sure,
whole crash. So all these banks filed bankruptcy. So it was one
Time to
after
move on right
another,
now, yeah.
Time to move on.
Yep.
So I ended up going back to retail, as a loan officer, now
Okay.
working directly with the consumer.
Well, I thought you meant retail, but I thought you meant retail. I'm like,
No,
oh,
no,
wow, that really
no,
hit you
retail
hard. No, retail
mortgages.
mortgage. Okay, see,
For the
again, I don't
retail
know the
mortgage.
vernacular here. So, all right,
Yeah,
direct to
so,
customer.
so working directly with the customer, and I found that I like that better. I like working with the consumer. I feel like it's like
Yeah.
a whole different touch, because
Absolutely.
it's always like a special transaction. So
Yeah, it's like family, dude, dealing with all that kind of stuff. All right, and then you've been doing it ever since.
ever since, yeah.
Oh, man, that's amazing. Look at you, little girl from North Bergen, moving up to the big world up here in Northern Bergen County. Hey-o. But, I mean, that's just a very, very cool story. It was your girlfriend that got you into this.
Yeah.
Was there any piece of advice, or you were just like, I want the money, and then you went
No,
that way?
I
or
really
like,
just wanted to be, I wanted to make the money. Once I got into it, I mean, listen, I feel like this is the biggest transaction any customer, for the most part, it's their biggest investment, right? There's so much gratitude. I'm a giving person, so I guess I like the feeling of making people happy and putting them in a home.
you close it. You make
was
it all. You
like,
take all little pieces, you put them together, and you make a final product, and everybody is happy.
That's it. Yeah. So so I enjoyed it. So it stuck. I'm like, you know what? I can do this
Amazing.
forever.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. See, again, I'm a big skeptic when it comes down to this. I think everybody's always trying to take me for it, whatever like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's mortgage brokers out there
Yeah.
that are really trying to, do bad things. But there's good people out there like you, and trying to do the right thing and giving the right product to the right family, right people.
Yeah, and that is, you're right. There's a product for everybody. 10 people can apply for a mortgage today, and they will all walk away with a different product.
Yeah.
So,
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a great thing.
It's a good thing,
right?
okay.
Because, self-employment sometimes gets complicated.
Yeah.
Most self-employment people make money, but they can't
They don't show
it
that
on
they
their
make
tax
money.
returns,
Yeah, sure.
right? So, so for those self-employments, it also depends the setup of the company, right? Like sometimes sometimes they get a 1099. So we have a 1099 product.
Got it.
Sometimes they might just be, bank statement program, right?
Yeah.
Like we can add up all the deposits of their last 24 months business bank statements, so that's a different product. So
Got it.
it just comes like what your situation is. We all have a different situation.
100%.
So.
I always say I don't fall into any category. Like, whatever it may be, this, that, the other thing. And they're like, well, you don't fall into this category. And I usually get like, you're the first person we've ever had this for. I'm like, I'm sorry for being such a pain in the butt, but it's pretty typical over there. But that's very cool. Because I would say, like, you're going to give somebody a right now. I don't know what rate's at right now. Like
So rates are about before we started this, it was about 6.86.
6. Yeah. It's still a little bit high.
It's
Do, No,
I
you don't think
know
so?
about that. I
Okay.
don't think so. I think that we have short-term memory, and everyone just remembers COVID rates.
yeah.
2.5%
Mhm.
and 3% people.
Yeah.
It's not coming back.
So our generation that was buying it, we've had 2 of those. So we had COVID, but then we also had the crash.
Yeah.
And I bought after the crash in '09, and I had 2.5, 3s then. And then what did it go up to? Like 15, 16, 17? What did it go back up to like 6, 7?
It did crawled up all the way at some point. I think we were in the 9s. Like
Really?
9.25.
You're right. I have no memory, complete amnesia.
So, and I feel like most people,
Yeah.
right? Like if you ended up getting that rate of the 2.5, 3%,
Yeah.
you don't even care what the rates are right now,
No, I
because
don't.
you just know that's the rate you have, right?
Yes.
But the reality is that the rates in the 5s and the 6, they're actually no more rates. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I bought my first place. I think it was 8.75.
Wow,
And
yeah.
I remember refinancing to a 5.
Yeah.
And I thought I hit
You
the-
you did.
I
You
know.
absolutely did.
I was like, what?
It's so
This
true.
is true savings.
My parents, remember, they were talking about like 13, 14% or something like that, like 12, 13,
Yeah,
14.
yeah.
And you're like crazy. However, we can't go up that high. How could you go up that high? The price of things were like maybe 30,000, 40,000. You can pay, nobody wants to, of course, but you
Yeah.
could pay 10, 12% on 30,000.
Yes.
Now you got to pay that on 750,000. You'll never get out of that.
I know. It's
So
tough.
yeah. But you got all these products that you can make it all happen over here. I
Yes,
love that.
yeah. So you have a challenge. There's a place where you couldn't get your mortgage done at Chase, Bank of America, TD, like any
Mhm.
of the large banks. We definitely have a product for
Oh,
that.
you're like more of a family. Tell me about CMG.
CMG, it's a company out of California.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
we're
why you took it.
licensed-
You're like, I'm gonna go take some trips out to California, write all those off over there. You don't even like CMG.
You know, it's still owned by one person only.
Really?
You know, so I kind of like that culture.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was a loan officer. You know, Christopher George started as a loan officer. So I like his story. You know, the environment, even just for like the employees, it's awesome, the support. So, you know, another loan officer built this for loan officers.
That's
so
cool.
He knows the pain. He knows what we need to get, you know, to get the business done. And he has given us all the tools that we need. So,
That's
you know,
terrific. How big is
company.
CMG? Is it obviously it's domestic?
It is
or,
a national
national company.
Yeah, so there is branches all over the U.S.
That's amazing.
And we're growing.
He started one in California.
One in California. One person.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Are you a part of this next growth? Does he help you have the employees involved in the growth and everything like that? Or
He's very good in supporting growth for you know, any loan officer. So any loan officer out there, you're looking to get a job, you're looking to move to the right company, give me a call and I'll put you in touch with the right people.
That's an amazing
CMG
offer. But like, look what
always
that was
hiring.
you. That was your girlfriend in college. Was like, hey, come and do this,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
mean, how stable is it? It's very stable.
Very stable.
Everybody's buying
Yeah.
homes. You know you're not going to not buy homes.
You know, it's not, people always say, like, you know, how's the market doing? You know, it's not, there's a ton of people pre-approved. They want to buy a home.
Yeah.
We just don't have the inventory.
That's a
So,
problem,
you
right.
know, it's just, you know, it's got to be slowly, but it happens. I
Yeah.
feel like there's a house for everybody. You just got to have faith. It happens.
Manifest it over there.
You got to manifest it.
What is the catalyst for that change, right? I mean, because I feel like we've been waiting for that change for a little bit, and I don't know. Do you see a slight change? Is there any, or
I just don't see it because
Not
I
yet,
still
yeah.
see the same amount of applications. I mean, at least in the Northeast, I mean, you read information and it sounds like, you know, maybe the Midwest, it's slowing down. I know Florida, it's slowing down, especially like the condo market, you know, it's having a little bit of trouble over there. But not in the tri-state area. I mean,
Yeah.
New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, we're still booming
booming,
like crazy.
booming?
Everybody wants to be here.
Who doesn't want to be here? Come on, of course.
We're
I need more people on the local bizcast. I'm not doing a national bizcast, not yet. That's my scale. That's my exit, right? We're gonna put a local bizcast in every town in America and across the globe. And Heidi, someone's gonna talk about, Dr. Pete started this thing out of his one office over here, and he grew it internationally,
So there
and
you
they're
go.
still growing, and we put podcast rooms everywhere. I hope one day, but we're with you. So CMG, you love the company. It's owned by one guy. He built this unbelievable thing.
Yeah.
It's like a family. I love
It
that.
really is like a family, you know, and just the operations, like operation support, you know, they really go and think outside the box. They're always looking like, how do we make this happen? You know,
That's awesome.
Even if I feel like I don't have an answer, someone has the answer for me. So
Who are your favorite clients? Who do you love getting?
first-time home buyers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love first-time home buyers. Like I said, it's just the gratitude that comes. It's like that first thing. We all look forward to that. I feel like, you know, I mean, I do all kinds of buyers, right?
Sure.
But, you know, first-time home buyers, it's a different, you know, I'm more of a coach than a salesperson.
Sure.
I really don't sell, you know. I really just, you know, pair you up with what the best product it is, and I make sure you understand everything. So I guess because of that personality,
You're
know,
helping, loving, caring, people pleasing. I know. I could tell. We knew that.
just
I already
want-
knew that. I already knew that. Yeah, I get it. It was first time. It's not just the buying the house. People don't know about title and all that kind of stuff. And you get to educate them and do all that.
Yes.
And not like throw the unexpected right there at the 11th hour. And you're like, wait, what? I got to pay what for what? Like, you know?
Yes, no, everything's clarity. Clarity, making sure people understand, you know, I always say my customers, I want everyone to make educated decisions.
Yeah.
So educating the consumers so they know
That's
what they're
amazing.
getting.
Yeah. What's the advice? Go. We
Yeah.
got the new homeowner or new home buyer. What's the advice for them? What's like the one thing like, oh, God, everybody falls into this trap?
So, guys, the advice is definitely come see me early. Most people say I'm not buying till next year or 2 years. come see me early, because if you're good the way it is right now, you just know, keep doing what you're doing. But if there's something that's missing, I'll be able to guide you and put a plan in place, whether it is paying down debt, or paying off debt, or, working on your credit, those things we can help you.
You can coach them through that as well.
Yeah.
You're incredible.
Thank you.
You're incredible. That's just amazing. I get it. Just so much for people. You were saying when you own your own business, but you still want to buy a house, you're making money, but you're not necessarily showing all that kind of stuff. All right, we got a year to fix that, right? Because they're going to want 24 months of stuff. So we got a year to fix this, to do this. Like, we can put everything in place so that day one you're going for that pre-approval. Like, hey, man, we already thought about this. We know we're good.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So
they don't like to see that huge gift from the parents 20 days before you go for that pre-approval. They don't love that, I'm sure.
But we also, if we're thinking about getting a gift, we got to get that gift conversation going.
Or we get that gift over like 10 months. That's why they got to talk to you.
Exactly.
That's so smart.
Yeah. So,
Get
so
'em-
be proactive, right?
Absolutely.
That's, be proactive, just get educated. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to come sit down and have a mortgage consultation. Even if you own a home and you're thinking about maybe downsizing or buying an investment home, it doesn't cost you anything to find out how to get started. So, get educated. I guess that's the biggest advice.
I love this. This is so amazing. You're eye-opening. It's great. Where are you located? Where are you? Do you have an actual office, or do you do remote?
Yes. So my office is 80 Route 4 in Paramus, New Jersey, Suite 370. And I also have an office in Rybrook, New York. So for my New York
sister lives in
customers-
Rybrook.
Oh, there you go.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, see that guy's family right here. Can you see the resemblance?
Yeah.
So Rybrook in Jersey, I love
Yeah.
that. You're making it completely easy. Well, I'm assuming like everything can be done remotely. Everything like you can make
everything
it
gets
super
done-
easy. Yeah.
Everything gets done remotely. There's an app. The app is super easy. It doesn't take you more than 10 minutes to do the application. But of course, if you need help, I'm always here to help you do your mortgage application. You upload documents, and if you do the application and you upload the documents, you usually get your mortgage pre-approval, or your to be able to go put offers, within a day. So.
Just not any quicker than that. What's wrong with you? Come on, one day.
You just got to do the docs up front. Do the documents.
Get them done. Well, that's why you talk to you
Yeah.
first, so you have all these documents prepared. So when you're ready to rock and roll, it's super easy. So, what have been some of the challenges that you think, like within the last maybe year, that this is what we need people to help with? Like we need to help them with that, or is there anything specific?
The biggest challenge really has been inventory for us here.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we just need to figure out how to start developing, and creating inventory.
Doesn't it look like they're building everywhere, though? It looks like they're
It
building
really
everywhere.
does look, but believe it or not, there's a lot of rentals going up. Like,
That makes sense.
the luxury rentals seem to be the thing. I feel like,
What?
somehow I feel like they're trying to turn us into like a rental state.
Really?
So,
Do you think there's a motive for that? What is?
I don't know, but all I see, I'm like, why can we make those condos
Yes.
instead of?
Is there a reason why a developer would want to make them rentals over condos, or is there much more money for them in rentals? You don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
Inquiring minds, I don't know. I had the president of the New Jersey, CIA on here. I may have to have him back because I want to know that answer. He might know that answer.
there you go. That's
Little
what-
DL behind the scenes stuff
Yes.
over there, but incredible. That's just amazing. All right, so we have these three major things. It's that you want is the home funding. Come on, like that. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, forget about now baby showers, wedding shower, do that. Everybody just throw some money into that, and a down payment for your home, like when you're getting married, you're getting a kid, like that's amazing.
And also, if you set up the account, CMG does contribute $2,000 towards your down payment money. So.
Come on, guys. Seriously? That's amazing.
Yeah. So.
All right, that was the home funded. Then you got the AIO, the all-in-one.
Yeah.
So it's the mortgage, the line of credit, and a savings account.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna give them a little gift there. What's the gift there? A little better rate? What do you get when you do all
there's
three with
really-
you guys?
So there's really no better rate, right?
Okay.
But what it is, if you, think of like no bank is paying you 7% on your money right now,
There-
or anything like
nope.
that, right? But if you put it in there, now you're not paying interest on your mortgage. right? Because the balance now
It's-
went down. But if you needed to take it out, you can utilize it. So, it's you
That
can
makes
put
sense.
any account you have, any savings account into it. Now you owe less, but you'll have access to utilize it whenever you want for the 30 years. So
That's I love that.
Yep.
I love that. That's amazing. And the last one that you wanted to talk about was again construction and development.
Yeah, I
So
think
again,
it's
this is another language I don't know, but yeah.
yeah. So this is, builders or even, fix and flip. So, anybody out there that's interested in becoming, a developer, we do construction loans. So, we can teach you how to get into that. Same thing with the fix and flips. You want to start buying homes, fixing them so we can, now go resell them. We also have those products for you. So, those,
I don't know. Was it like bridge loans? Is that what is there a bridge loan? What is that? Do you know?
So the so pretty much the fix and flip is
Yes,
a
that's bridge loan,
right?
okay.
So usually it's for 12 months.
Yep.
It's interest only. So we do it in mind that you are going to finish this house with less than 12 months. You're going to sell it, and we're going to move on to our next project.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah.
I want to do that. You want to start right now?
Let's do it.
We start right here.
Yeah.
There's no inventory. We need inventory.
Let's
Is there
create
not even
inventory.
a fixable property out there? Like people are like, ah, God, like I'm not even gonna get into that. But like if somebody gets in,
There's no cheap houses.
no, not here. That's the problem with the
That's
Northeast.
the thing.
Yeah.
It's here. It's our location, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there is, maybe out there. You just got to keep looking, right?
Yeah.
It's tough because when they do come,
They're gone.
everybody wants them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a new world. So
it's
tough.
a new world.
I told you it was gonna go quick.
Yeah.
4 minutes left. Can you believe that?
Look at that.
That was it.
And I was nervous.
Right? Why do people come in here nervous? I don't get it. I don't know. We're gonna have to make everybody. It might be a prerequisite to come on. You got to watch some of these because this is it. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
You were fantastic.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Heidy Nolasco, CMG, what is it?
Home loans.
Home loans. CMG Home Loans. You heard all the different products she has, and it's 900, so there's not enough for anybody. Like, that's just incredible. If you can't feel her personality through this microphone, through these cameras, and under these lights, you need to meet her because she's so friendly, so amazing, people-pleasing. It's like, you're terrific at this. I bet you're just one of the best. I love that.
Thank you, Pete.
But
Yes.
thank you so much for coming on over here.
And thank you for inviting me.
I have to make my announcement.
Oh, go ahead.
That's my next guest.
Who's your next guest?
You want a drum roll? Brrr. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is. It's like password. Your password is. It is Brendan from Vale Cigars. So for all you cigar smokers out there, or gift givers out there, or it's probably perfect timing because it's probably not as popular for Mother's Day as it would be for Father's Day, and we're
Yeah.
gonna have missed Mother's Day by this time. Do you know?
No, but where are they from? Like, are they local?
They're local, yeah. But they do all those, like they do the golf outings and they do the birthday parties and do all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Local, husband-wife team. So, yeah, you want to find out more? You're going to have to tune in.
Absolutely.
You're going to have to tune in to the Local Bizcast. But once again, everybody, if you are loving this, and I hope you are because I'm having so much fun doing it, please, let's help grow this channel, Local Bizcast, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. I'll get on other ones. I'm looking for recommendations. You guys let me know. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, Heidy Nolasco from CMG Home Loans. Go and get her and get that $2,000 on the HomeFunded. They'll come on and give you money. Are you kidding me? Nobody's offering that right now.
Yeah.
It's a terrific offer. But please, everybody, go and visit her. Where can they find you?
So I have my website, CMG Home Loans / Heidy Nolasco. You could also Google me, Heidy Nolasco. My phone number is 201-274-6209. So, feel free to reach out.
No excuses. You guys know exactly where to go and go early. You can go even before you're even thinking about buying a home so you can get prepared to buy the home. She's going to educate you. And it's just, you don't get that much. I think it's normal for you. But you don't realize it's not normal for everybody else. And so what you're offering is really terrific. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thank you for having me.
We will see you next time on the Local Bizcast. In the meantime, have a wonderful afternoon and a great day.